Fast, they know their cricket in this region. Eagerly anticipated series. Great to have India here. Two-time world champions, back-to-back world champions. Brilliant to have full rousing anthems. Ireland, who will be batting first after India won the toss. Tim Tector, Ross Adair, power up front, Harry Tector and Lord. The India side, there was many questions asked this week. It was all about one player.
Yeah, and not surprised at all. Yeah, that question has been answered. We're still waiting for his debut. It's almost the same side. A few changes there. Very settled side as well, but with a new captain in Shreyas Iyer.
Oh, it's gentle. Gentle full toss first up.
Yeah, just looking for that swing. Obviously, you would want to bowl fuller, not that full.
On the charge. Not the biggest boundaries here, Stormont. Should just be hauled in. Sundar in the deep.
One of the biggest challenges for this Indian side would also to figure out the opposition as well, because India doesn't play Ireland that often. There are a lot of the players, a bit of an unknown commodity. Looking at Adair and how much bottom hand he uses again. He's lost his shape a little too early, trying to overhit. On a surface like this, we just saw the carry, we were talking about it. He really got it.
Oh my word, have you ever seen anything as beautiful on a Friday afternoon in Belfast? It's the first of the day. 10 without loss.
राइट साइड में जो प्लेयर्स है वो हम बिल्कुल अच्छी तरह से जानते हैं, लेकिन वैभव सूर्यवंशी नहीं खेल रहे तो वो एक बड़ी न्यूज़ है। लेकिन लेफ्ट में जो आयरिश प्लेयर्स हैं, बड़े नाम है नहीं, लेकिन ढेर सारा।
ये लीजिए, बल्ला घुमाइए तो जोर से घुमाइए। ये नियम हमेशा बल्लेबाजों के काम आता है।
ये क्रिकेट जो गेम है बल्लेबाजों के लिए बनी है। अच्छी गेंदबाज ने की है, बल्लेबाज ने पूरी तरह से खेला है, बिल्कुल मिस किया है, लेकिन रिवॉर्ड इनको मिल जाता है। और ये एक रूल है T20 क्रिकेट का। टेस्ट मैच में शायद आप स्लिप्स रखें, फ्लाई स्लिप भी रखें, यहाँ पर रन बचाने पड़ते हैं, क्योंकि ये अक्सर होते रहते हैं। तो मैं कहने जा रहा था कि इनके काफी ऐसे बल्लेबाज।
खराब गेंद, जहां गेंद मूव हो रही हो वहां टप्पा आगे लेके चलिए। हर्षित राणा, शुरुआत अच्छी नहीं की आपने यहाँ।
नजरें इन पर रहेगी हर्षित राणा के ऊपर। काफी इनको बैक किया जा रहा है ताकि कोच और कप्तान चाहते हैं कि इनका करियर डेवलप हो, अच्छी बल्लेबाजी भी कर लेते हैं डाउन दी ऑर्डर, दम से गेंदबाजी करते हैं। लेकिन एक आगे वाली गेंद पर जब चौका पड़ा तो लेंथ उन्होंने अपनी बदली और शॉट गेंद कीपर के ऊपर नहीं चली गई, बिल्कुल ऊपर सीधी। और जब ओवरकास्ट होता है तो थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो जाता है, क्योंकि गेंद है सफेद और ओवरकास्ट जो बादलें होते हैं वो भी सफेद होते हैं। तो एक अच्छा ब्रेक थ्रू भारत के लिए सैमसन ने कैच लिया। हर्षित राणा का ये विकेट।
थोड़ा सा मिस टाइम हुआ है, ये तो मतलब कैच है, हम तो यही लेंगे कि कैच छूट गया।
जी हाँ, हमारे स्कोरर कहेंगे कि ड्रॉप कैच, लेकिन एक कहना पड़ेगा कि उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा एंटिसिपेट किया, भागे भी बिल्कुल, बॉल के ऊपर नजरें थी, एक और चांस लेते हुए बल्लेबाज टेक्टर। और कहना पड़ेगा कि सख्त हाथ थे, हार्ड हैंड जो कहते हैं, पहुंचे थे बॉल की तरफ। अच्छा कैच होता था ना, पीछे भाग के कैच लेना मुश्किल होता है। अर्शदीप नाराज हो गया।
अभी तक 5 ही रन आए। यही तो फायदा होता है उस गेंदबाज को मिलता है जो गेंद इस तरह से लहराता है, और लहराएगी गेंद तभी जब गेंद का टप्पा थोड़ा आगे लेके चलेंगे।
अर्शदीप स्विंग, और यही चाहते हैं हम कि ऐसे कंडीशन में आप गेंद को आगे रखो, स्विंग कराओ। और ये फर्क है जब IPL में आप गेंदबाजी करते हो तो बचने के लिए देखते हो, यहाँ पर विकेट लेने की कोशिश करे अर्शदीप। बहुत ही बढ़िया गेंदबाजी, स्विंग की गेंदबाजी। 25 पर 2 आए।
3 ओवर के बाद 25 पे 2। और कप्तान साहब आए। 11 शतक इनके नाम है, 94 नाबाद ऑस्ट्रेलिया के खिलाफ एडिनबर्ग में इनका जो सबसे बढ़िया प्रदर्शन।
Leg side. Won't cut that off. So Tim Tector is looking slightly dangerously, but at the moment he's entertaining the crowd.
Go on. He's loud enough. But that's a good shot. ball just come back in a little bit in the angle as well. The bag kind of slipping in his hands as well. But they just...
Now then, straight up in the air. Simple as you like, and Ireland are gifting India wickets here in the power play.
Just talking about his head falling over, I wouldn't be surprised if his head was, or rather the line of the ball was inside his eye line. Kind of slicing it. He did slice the previous one as well to the boundary, but this one, nicely watched and taken by Shreyas Iyer. Tim Tector gone for 17, 30 for 3 Ireland.
Ben Calix, the new man in, left-hander, has got plenty of power early in his T20I career.
Oh, big swing and a miss. Well, this is a brilliant over. It might have started with a wide, but still in total only 3 runs off this over for Ireland.
Well, you won't want to see this back. Lorcan Tucker, not too sure his eyes are on the ball there. No foot movement.
Shorter, top edge. There's a man trying to run around, but hasn't got enough. It's going to go all the way. And a very welcome boundary for Ireland. 6 runs. Big top edge. Some pace on it from Krishna. Krishna just dropped a little shorter in Calix.
Very good to the leg side. That's where his strength lies, Ben Calix. And the length encouraged him to take the field on. I'm sure he would have had his heart in his mouth for a while. Does it have the pace on it? Just about have the distance.
Beautiful shot, glorious shot, straight down the ground, all the way. And that is the best possible way to bring up the Ireland 50. Ben Calix. Splendid.
Well, sometimes when your feet aren't moving, the best thing to do is get them dancing. Ben Calix dancing down the pitch. Good sight to see if you're an Irish fan. Gets the feet moving, gives himself room, and lets the bat do the rest.
Well, it's a fledgling career in T20 internationals, but he's now hit more sixes than... And he might just have a birthday present. Getting under it. A glorious catch, a wonderful catch. Prasid Krishna with a rough wicket. Over his shoulder, he was taking those in practice. Ireland 51 for 4 as Calix goes.
Tucked up for room, loves room outside off stump. Ben Calix, just not enough room to get the bat through in time. Watch that very well, Prasid Krishna. Ben Calix goes for 15, Ireland 51 for 4.
Shivam Dube, the kind of bowler who can cause a middle order collapse. That's better from Lorcan Tucker. That's a lot more like Lorcan Tucker. This one to the boundary for the Ireland captain.
He's at his best when he's being innovative. Lorcan Tucker moves leg side and did well to get the ball so far in front of square because he didn't hit that cleanly. He kind of came off the top half of the bat. But bottom wrist comes through, great balance, and not worried about getting caught in the deep because he
Down the ground, and that is a good shot, very good, flat back. Garrett Delaney has a lot of ability for a long time, was at top of the order, so he's used to placing pace bowling.
Yeah, Prasid Krishna's bit back into the wicket, just allowing Garrett to free his arms there, and a straight pull shot over mid-off. As you said, Garrett's batted pretty much everywhere in the order, so well used to facing.
Down the ground, it looked really good from Lorcan Tucker. Footwork was so smooth.
Super shot, great use of the feet from Lorcan Tucker, hitting to the smaller boundary. That would have been the maximum, hitting the other way as well. Right to the pitch of the ball, superb swing, an excellent player of spin, Lorcan, using his feet beautifully. As You can see hitting right through the ball. They'll look to target the spin. I think they've had a difficult time against the seamers and the quickies. Many times the spinner comes on, you think try and get some easy runs, and I think that's the way to go about it. Try and get some momentum back into the innings.
Yeah, the footwork made that shot. And then Delaney on the charge, nowhere near the middle. Abhishek Sharma's dropped an absolute dolly. Delaney nowhere near the middle. It was routine. Sharma and Arshdeep were, well, they could have been holding hands, or maybe they held hands together. Well, he did go back into the surface, and Lorcan Tucker read the game beautifully.
Excellent cricket from Lorcan Tucker. 90 mile an hour into the wicket. Lorcan Tucker has backed away outside off stump and used that little scoop. Very, very favourite shot of his. Just up near the glove over Sanju Samson's head. 4 more. Ireland have a bit of momentum now. Last couple of overs. Definitely a flick. A switch has been flicked, I should say.
Yeah, partnership was useful. 32 from 26.
It's up in the air. Good effort. Very good effort, but not good enough to catch it. In fact, to stop the boundary either.
A bit of a wry smile, wasn't it? Because that's 2 chances now of gone a begging. I think you're being a little bit kind to Washington Sundar. It was a sharp chance to his right, but didn't get the hands away from his body early enough.
Another good shot. Targeting the straighter boundary, the shorter boundary. That is really smart cricket.
It's really difficult to field down here. It's so short, straight. But the other thing to know about,
that's the pocket we're talking about. Extra cover. And it's hit well enough to find another boundary. Second of the over.
great placement. Extra cover quite square there. And you probably want to be straighter if you're Shreyas Iyer, because you need to cut off that angle exactly there, because the square boundaries are by far the longest. So try and get the batters to hit those square boundaries if you possibly can.
That's a lovely hit. That is a glorious hit. 100 comes up, and this is a big over. Ireland on the move.
Beautiful shots along the ground.
Now you find the gap. That's hit very nicely.
Tell you what, great fielding over there. Was that Aidan Seaver? One of the umpires. He's the fourth today. One bounce straight into the bread basket. Well, just got a little bit deep, and it's too short at that pace. Still nice and still. Well, it didn't go quite all the way, but we'll have a look at this for technique. That's how it's done. Probably protecting himself more than anything. Comes back for the second, and that's going to be a 12th T20 international half century for Lorcan Tucker. And every single time he's captain Ireland, he's got to 50. Well batted.
Straight down the throat. I would be quite disappointed with that shot, Tucker. He picked up the pace off, hit it all right, but found the fielder. It's a big wicket, partnership broken.
Oh, brought back into the attack to do just this as Rana took the pace off, and the fielder placed perfectly as well. Lorcan Tucker, he rebuilt things beautifully for Ireland, but he's got to go for 50. Ireland 115 for 5.
Oh, that's an absolute gift. A high full toss, and accepts it gladly, Dockrell, for a maximum. It's a no ball. That's a very high full toss. It's a free hit for Dockrell too.
Well come up with. You're not expecting this. And look at the front elbow. He had absolutely no room to extend, so that's all bottom hand power. And the back hip coming through as well. It's definitely a no ball. This is the previous wicket.
That's very smartly played. Good use of the bottom hand. Almost scooped it over square leg and fine enough. An expensive start to the over for Washington.
You can't underestimate the pressure when a new captain comes in. Even though you've got the same coach, new captain comes in, how is he going to use you? You have to perform. That's what will be in the minds of all these Indian players. And Washington Sundar has been left quite late to come into the bowling attack. It just looks like he's gripping
Of the country. A little unlucky, Washington Sundar. The outside edge will find another boundary.
Don't worry about it saying Dockrell 7, because he's on more than that, but that's Gareth Delaney's got a thick edge. Gave himself room, and I think actually Washington Sundar's read it brilliantly. What he didn't read was the thick edge.
Long. Club straight. It'll read 4 for George Dockrell. Hit powerfully and with precision.
George Dockrell into his strider and quickly here, 18 off 8. Krishna just over pitching, looking for a boundary, leading into George Dockrell's arc, and half hit it really skewed off the outside half of the bat and still had enough power to go for 4. So Dockrell and Gareth Delaney, two very, very explosive batters.
Straight again, glorious power. It bisects the field, is directly behind the bowler. And approaching the 150 now, Ireland.
Yeah, once again, full from Krishna. Not a Yorker, not into the wicket. It's in the slot. Gareth Delaney playing off the back foot. A lovely vertical blade straight over the top of the bowler and powered away to the boundary for 4. Two very dangerous batters at the crease. Real moment.
Tucked him up, but he's worked it away beautifully, and he'll go all the way. Whipped off his thigh pad. Gareth Delaney, who, remind you, was dropped on 8.
Yeah, great batting from Gareth Delaney. Previous ball's pitched up. He hammers over the top. This ball's back of a length at the body, and something the Irish top order didn't do. They didn't use the pace of the Indian bowlers enough. They tried to hit a lot in front of square in the power play. Delaney's just getting inside that, riding the bounce and lifting it over short fine leg for 6.
Brings up the arc. Lovely slow ball. It's lifted high, but it's going to go all the way. It's the very top of the side screen. Back over Prasid Krishna. 1 ball to come in the over, and he's already conceded 21.
Yeah, 40 runs coming off the last 11 balls. Off cutter. Delaney spotted early. Again, playing that shot off the back foot, opening the left hip and getting enough on it, hitting into the side screens.
Suspicion is captaincy will come to the fore. What needs to. Prasid Krishna is one of the worst economy rates in ODI. Slow ball, same result. 6-6-6 to finish. Prasid Krishna finishes his spell 0 for 57 from 4. Ireland 164 for 5 with 3 overs to go.
George Dockrell and Gareth Delaney. Last ball again. Krishna's slower ball right into the slot. Powered away for 6.
This one takes an edge and it's going to be out. Arshdeep Singh manages to cling on, and Dockrell will go. Akshar Patel with the breakthrough. And Ireland 164 now. As they lose their 6th wicket.
Big wicket for India. Dockrell goes for 19. Off 10. Ireland 164 for 6.
Lifted up, and this is likely to be out. Akshar Patel underneath it, makes no mistake. Delaney's gone for 49, and that concludes the 19th. Ireland now 7 down, 178 on the board. Known for his bowling. That is lofted by Liam McCarthy in the final over, but a brilliant running catch from Tilak Varma means Ireland have lost 2 in 2. Arshdeep at the end of the 19th. Akshar to start the 20th.
Yeah, great catch in the deep. Slightly fuller from Max Robertson in towards leg stump. Didn't give Liam McCarthy the arms, the free access at the ball, and comfortably taken in the deep. McCarthy goes 705, Ireland 178 for 8.
Coming down the wicket, and it's going to drop short to the fielder. They'll come through for 2. The ball coming in towards Sampson, and that's going to be gone. Well, we'll have it confirmed by the television match official, but I think Kevin O'Brien, from our viewpoint, that was well short.
Well short. There he is. 2 or 3 feet short of the wicket, the crease. Ireland finish 182 for 9. End of the 20 overs.
Much of the innings they were looking to.
Beautiful day for cricket. Sunny, breezy. India won the toss and elected to bowl first. Ireland. Isabel Joyce alongside Isabel. Good performance from Ireland. I mean, looking at where they were, 51 for 4 to reach 182. That's job well done.
And shows the depth of batting within the team, which is something that Ireland will be pleased about. They won't be as pleased, of course, about the opening up. 2 umpires making the Morrison and Rowley Black. Always good when you don't know who's umpiring. Quiet game as an umpire is a good game. That's what I always say. But yeah, Ireland, I think they would have liked to elevate that score a little bit at the end. A flurry of wickets that kept them under maybe 190, 200. You and I were talking at the back of the box. We thought maybe it was umpires.
Well, off the mark straight away, first delivery itself.
We didn't see a lot of movement, did we, through the air in the first innings, but straight away Matthew Humphries gets the ball to, I don't know if you can call it drift really, it looked more like a swing.
The last few years. Chips it over covers. There's no protection there. First boundary of the Indian innings.
And he gathered himself, didn't he, after that ball wasn't called wide. Andrew Sampson, look at this skill, because this isn't too bad a delivery from Matthew Humphries, but just opens the face. It's right up under his eyes. And have a look at how he just brings the bottom wrist through with the bat face over. Incredible stuff.
But he goes fine and he goes long over square leg. That's a spinning super 6.
Well, sometimes when you're worried about one strength of a batter, you then play into another. Worried about down the ground, Matthew Humphries on the legs and helps himself to a big 6, the first one of the innings.
It's over covers this time. Not out of the middle, but we'll take it. Good start for India. 16 without loss after the first. A wicket! Very first ball in T20I for Jai Mundra. What a start to his career. Can't get better than this. Life is so easy. Jai Mundra gets Sanju Samson first ball in his international career.
Welcome to international cricket. What an outcome. A little bit of width, bottom edge onto the stumps. Doesn't matter how it happens, you've got your first wicket. Sanju Samson perishes.
Brilliant start for the debutant. That brings Ishan Kishan. 2 straight, 2 leg side, and gets punished.
Well, it's been both ends of the spectrum in this first over. Absolute joy with a wicket in your first delivery, and then just get it ever so slightly wrong and get the full treatment straight onto leg stump, and too full as well. Uses the pace beautifully.
McCarthy into the attack. Again, a little fortuitous there. Abhishek wasn't off the middle. Get another boundary here.
Well, he's thrown the full kitchen sink at it, and he's only got about half. Still gone for 4. That's the aggression of Abhishek. Not too bad a delivery. It's a touch on the full side from Liam McCarthy. Just his second T20 international.
Goes over mid-off. It's high. Got the height, but not really the distance. Harry Tector does really well there to keep it to a couple of runs here. That should be another four. Flatter this time. More bad.
Well, he's back to that length that got punished in the first delivery. It's a good surface. Comes onto the bat nicely. Just look how high that's bounced up. Tells you something about the length that McCarthy's opted to go to. As soon as that was hit, he threw his eyes to the heavens. He knew.
Now that's easy. Wide and shot. Over point.
The freedom with which this opening three have played is something to behold. Tiny bit of width, see him up on this occasion. Doesn't get the movement back in. He generally swings it away from the left-hander. No real movement on display though.
Big spot. Nicely played. This turning out to be a brilliant over for India and Abhishek Sharma. Now that's another boundary, the fourth of the over.
Has struggled in international T20 cricket. Liam McCarthy, just that one game a year ago against West Indies. Went for over 80 on that occasion.
It's back of length but straight. Got a little bit of loom outside off stump, hasn't timed it. Top effort. It's been superb effort. Tim Tector, the fielder. Yeah, overdone. Third over gone. It's 45 for 1. Maybe second ball for Matthew Hollard. Takes it nicely, the skipper. As the day of the debutants. It was Jan Munda first ball. And Matthew Hollard second ball. He picks up an international wicket.
Just tried to go two leg side. And have a look at this celebration. The hope, the absolute hope for Matthew Hollard and his captain doesn't make a mistake. That's as happy as he can be to take wicket, I'd say. Second one goes for India. Ishan Kishan goes for 1, India 45 for...
It's a wonderful day, isn't it? We've seen some really good cricket too. Flat bats it over mid-off. And the highlight has been how good he has been with the horizontal bat in this innings.
Well, if you're starting to train your batting, have a look at the wrists of Abhishek. It's such supple wrists, and what that does, it allows you to, when you don't get all of it, you go through with the shot. It does go over the infield when you're an opening batter. Whips those wrists through. And even though a couple of times in those highlights, and on that occasion, we've seen the bat slightly twist in his hands, you get yourself out of trouble by going right through. And Matthew Hollard, well, I think he's over.
Over extra cover this time again, flat bats it. Turning out to be another good over for India.
Much like when Jai Mundra started off so brilliantly, then was treated to some boundaries at the end. Free hit. Again, didn't quite get all of it how he would have wanted. A little bit of movement away. That probably helped it knock over 6. It probably saved Matthew Hollard 2. Kind of right at the end of the bat.
Whipped off his legs, and it's a second wicket as well. George Dockrell makes no mistake, and India are 3 down. Shreyas Iyer, that his T20 international captaincy debut, falls from 3 off 7 to the debutant, and a rough wicket it is.
Dockrell's an excellent catcher in the deep, very reliable. Hollard goes at the stumps. Shreyas Iyer just flicks it. Actually a pretty good stroke, but the only thing that went wrong was the direction. Captain comes and goes for 3 in.
Well, back to back for Tilak Varma, including that unbeaten 100. Well, they'll race away for 4. Something for the bowler and something for the batter in that delivery.
I think that's a good shot. I think Tilak Varma, if you watch how late he plays this, he knows exactly where the field is. Third is inside the ring. I'll give all the credit to Tilak Varma there. It's a beautiful shot. Again, though, Dwayne is...
Finds the gap. It'll make its way to the boundary. The fine 4 to finish the power play for India. 68-3 at the end of 6.
I actually would open the ball with Harry Tector. I would have been really...
This one chased but perfectly laced through a little bit of space. Tilak Varma, a lovely boundary.
Line again. Dwayne, the line again. Just have a look at the line of this ball. It's 4, 5, 4th, 5th stump. Majority of India's boundaries have come when the ball's been offered with that little bit of width. Take nothing away from Varma. That was a beautiful shot. Area.
That'll be 50. Abhishek Sharma thinks about 2 but decides against it. That'll be his 5th, his 11th half century. T20 internationals, his 2 centuries as well.
Yeah, lovely knock. Fine player. Came out all guns blazing. Found the middle of his blade right from the get-go today. Outstanding cricketer. Best stroke.
Abhishek Sharma is not messing about, but he's not quite got hold of it, and as a result falls on the final ball for the 8th. Glenn Humphreys. Now Ben Khaled takes the catch. Liam McCarthy with the wicket, his first in T20 internationals. At the end of 8, India 80 for 4, and Abhishek's gone for a well-played 50.
Well, the bat turning in his hand, I mentioned he's like the third throw over the offside is a simple catch. It's a huge, huge catch. Just when India are getting on top, they lose another. Sharma entertaining, go for 50, 80 for 4.
I think his length is slightly fuller. Washington Sundar comes to the crease.
Well, a feel here, but outside leg stump going over the top, but always good to ask the question.
Looked a bit high, if I'm being honest, but
May I have ultra edge, please? Ball passes the bat. Satisfied with bat and ball. Then we have ball side leg. Can we have Gareth back?
Or normal slot.
Goes to the reverse, holds it out. That's a gift by Tilak Varma. My oh my. India crumbling.
Yeah, the body language of the fans clearly read what they're thinking at the moment. Just a bit too ambitious. I've just found Indian batting a bit unrealistic today. Looking at the conditions, they've just gone too much after the bowling. I mean, Tilak Varma was showing signs of batting with some pragmatism. He's gone for a big shot as well. That was.
In his 49th innings, it's the birthday boy. Could you give?
Going to be similar. India will have to start thinking of a pure batter in the side. Now, this was a shot that the vice captain himself will not be too happy with. Of left-hand batters. Well played. Known for his power, but this is dexterity, as they say. 96-5.
Highest successful chase, Sanjay. I will remind the viewers that this ground is 175. Only twice has 150 been successfully chased down on this ground.
Not understanding washes.
Top edge, chance in the deep. And taken again, another one falls. Ben Khaled with his second catch of the game, hard with his third wicket. And the wickets just keep falling. Anytime India look to get a hold on this game, Ireland have the answer. It's a rough wicket.
yeah, once again a great execution of the plan into the wicket. Get the batsman hitting the deeper pockets, the deeper side of the ground. Comfortable catch by Ben Khaled. Once again, the bat turning in the hand slightly. Indicates the inconsistent pace of the pitch and well taken in the deep. Washington Sundar goes for 9. India in trouble.
That's a fantastic way to finish on debut. 3 for 28 for Manhard. It's been a spectacular debut for the 27-year-old. His grandfather is from Cork. And that's the end of 14. India 115 for 6. Humphries full and wide, but beats the field there. Goes past Liam McCarthy and races away. Khaleds can't get around to cut it off. Aksar Patel with a fine boundary.
Floating full and too wide, most importantly from Humphries. That's a long half volley. It's not great bowling, it's good batting, he's a good cricketer. Aksar Patel is a genuine all-rounder, time and time again for Delhi Captain.
Straight back at Humphries, can't hold on to it, but that was a very difficult chance. A chance nonetheless. Well, Kentucky knows how close it was, but Humphries, I think, wants some medical attention. I hope it's not his bowling hand.
Yeah, I think it's certainly his bowling hand. It was absolutely smashed back. Yeah, left thumb, that's going to hurt. I've had that many a time. Top of the thumb. Let's have a look at this. Look away now if you're squeamish, this could be sore.
Oh, look, Kentucky, well, that's the right smile on your teeth. Pitched up and put away. 6 to finish, 15 done, India, 129 for 6. Worked away off his legs, field around there, Khaleds cuts it off nicely on the bounce. And this will come through for 2, but that's the kind of fielding that'll just see the energy levels rise.
Well, the last ball of Humphries over, it just has to be damage limitation. He went up. For some reason, he went up above the eye line. He took pace off the ball. There's only ever going to be one result. Nearly a specky in the crowd. Nearly, sir. No, not good enough. Not good enough.
Golden ball, Jay Mundra finishes with 2 for 16 through 3. India 7 down, Mundra has 2. And India striking at 135 for 7, needing more than 2 a ball to win.
Shivan Dubé does not like aggressive bowling back of a length. He likes to hit medium pace bowling. He doesn't like the tall bowl back of length. It's a great cotton bowl. Never easy. The dangerous Dubé going for 25. And I'll tell you what, it's game on. 135 for 7.
What a cotton bowl game in the ballot.
Hasn't hit it hard enough. That's another wicket. That's number 8. That's Ireland. A wicket closer to making history.
Super catch from Tim Tector along on. Slow again, pace off. Bill Piter forcing Aksar to drag it. Googly from Delaney. Out of the hitting zone. Oh, straightforward in the end. Great fielder like his older brother. Tim Tector, stunning catch. Aksar Patel goes in.
Oh, that's a big one. India would need a few more of those.
Huge. Arshad Rana pumped that slower ball from Jai Mundra. Pumped it miles over the ropes. A little off cutter, I think. Rana just sitting deep in the crease and what a swing. Perfect textbook position for that hitting. The baseball coach will be happy in 86 meters. He knew he hit it 6 and then he hit it. Gives India a slight chance.
That's up in the air. Not long enough. That should be number 9. It is number 9. Oh no, it's not yet. Would you believe it? Oh, that was the easiest of chances we've seen so far this evening. Harshad Rana survives. 147 for 8. Back to bowlers for the last. Go in. There's a fielder coming under it. And it is taken. Missed last over, but not this time. And India lose. and Ireland, a wicket closer.
Super catch, Ben Khalid to the deep. It went so high, he had time to think about it, got under it and steadied himself. Off the toe of the bat of Rana. Ben Khalid steadied himself just inside the rope. Pressure catch. Ireland take the 9th wicket. India 147 for 9.
36 off 11. That's up in the air, that should be taken, it's a difficult one. And that's history created here in the capital of Northern Ireland, in Belfast, as Ireland beat India for the first time in any format. And this is a huge achievement for this young, inexperienced Irish side, led by Lorcan Tucker, only his 3rd game as the skipper of his side. And what a moment for him, the Irish team and Irish cricket.
Yes, delight in the crowd. Deserved victory by Ireland, 34 runs. As you said, well led by the new captain Lorcan Tucker. Young, inexperienced bowling attack have stood up to the world champions. Ireland's first ever win against India in any format. And what a way to finish. Another solid catch by the outfielder. Ireland have fielded magnificently well here today. Backed up their bowlers. What a win for this Irish team.
It's not just a victory, this is a big one, Kev. 34-run victory for Ireland. And this must mean a lot to the Irish, to Irish cricket. You've been a servant of Irish cricket for so long. This must be a huge moment.